It is 6 o'clock on April 25th, 2024, and I call this meeting of the Bellevue Planning Commission to order. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This meeting will be conducted in accordance with the Open Meetings Act, which is posted on the back wall of the chamber. Our next order of business is to approve the minutes of our March 28th, 2024 meeting.
I'll move to accept the minutes as
Mr. Jacobson, we didn't do a roll call.
Oh, you're right. Roll call. Thank you.
Mr. Hankins?
Present.
Mr. Sims?
Present.
Ms. Taylor-Jones?
Here.
Mr. Arney? Mr. Jacobson?
Present.
Mr. Ackley? Mr. Lassenberg?
here.
Mr. Bennett?
Here.
Mr. Parent?
Thank you. We have a quorum. Our next order of business is to approve the minutes of our March 28th, 2024.
I'll move to accept the minutes as presented.
Yeah, I did that.
Second by Hankins.
Okay. Thank you. Commissioners, please vote.
All voted yes, motion carried.
Thank you. Next item is to accept into record all staff reports, attachments, memos, and handouts regarding each application. Do I have a motion? Staff updates?
No updates.
I move that we accept all staff reports, attachments, memos, and handouts.
Second.
Motion and second. Motion by Taylor-Jones, second by Sims. Commissioners, please vote. We have no items on our consent agenda.
Motion carried.
Thank you. We have no items on our consent agenda. Our next item will be our public hearings. Before we get to the only item we have tonight, a couple items of business. I will read the public hearing for this item. We will have the applicant come up if they desire and discuss it, as well as staff make any comments. When addressing the podium, if you would, remember the golden rule that do unto others as we would do to others as we speak, please. I'll limit conversation to 5 minutes per public testimony, either for or against. And I will close the public hearing after everybody's been heard. And at that time, we will answer any questions from the public. The applicant will have an opportunity to respond to those. And then we'll entertain any of the wishes of the planning commissioners. Our item on the public agenda tonight is for public hearing is item 3A, a request to approve redevelopment plan for Lot 2 of the Bellevue Replat 3. The applicant is Franklin Flats LLC. General location is 2009 Franklin Street. Case number ECD 64. Staff, any updates?
No updates. Is the applicant here? Perfect.
Yes.
Well, you are getting signed in. I'll just give a brief overview of the project, and then you can add anything that you would like after that. This project is located at 209 Franklin Street. It's currently a vacant building, has been vacant for many years. Applicant is proposing to redevelop the property by renovating the existing building that will include adding a second story. So the main level would be 6,000 square feet of the existing space would be allocated for a daycare, with the remaining 3,200 square feet consisting of 9 two-bedroom apartments. 7 apartments to be located above the daycare and 2 ADA accessible apartments on the ground floor. Applicant is estimating the property's assessed valuation to be just over $2.5 million upon completion of the project. Applicant is using the current assessed valuation of $191,000 as the base value. The redevelopment plan indicates there's approximately $2.7 million worth of tax increment financing eligible redevelopment costs, and the applicant is proposing the use of TIF to fund $491,000 of these expenses. Staff is recommending approval of the redevelopment plan based on the conformance with the comprehensive plan, elimination of the blighted and substandard area, conformance with the requirements of the state statutes, as well as the opportunity for infill development. This developer also redeveloped the multifamily housing that is next door that was recently completed. So this has always been kind of phase 2 of that project that was initially started several years ago. So with that, I'll turn it over to the applicant.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Nick McCright, and I'm the owner of this project.
And your address, please, for the record.
Is 8617 Douglas Street, Omaha, Nebraska, 68114.
Thank you.
Yep. There was only one correction that I wanted to say on here. So we're looking to put a second story on there, so there'll actually be over 18,000 square feet, and there'll be 7 apartments on the top, and then there'll be 2 ADA units on the bottom, so there'll be a total of 9 units. But the total project will have about 18,000 square feet in it. So, is there any other questions or?
We might have some later on if there's anything else you'd like to add at this time. A little description of the project if you so desire. It's perfectly acceptable. We have a packet describing it, but it always helps to hear the applicant discuss it. If you're interested.
So yeah, I guess like she said that we're looking to design and put a second story on there, and I've got 2 different parties that are interested in running the daycare center out of there at this time. So, and then each apartment will be 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and we're looking to. When we did the townhouses, we paved like half the back alley, so we're looking to pave that too, and then bring in all the proper utilities and everything, and repave the parking lot. And we were also going to add some parking on the south side of the building too. So,
okay. Anything else you'd like to add at this time?
No.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Okay. If you would, we may call you up in just a second, and if you have a chair, we'll open it up for the public to make any comments.
Okay, thank you.
I'll now open it up for public comments. Is there anybody in the public that would like to either speak for or against this redevelopment plan? Seeing nobody coming forward to speak either for or against the redevelopment plan, I'll close the public hearing. Commissioners, your wishes?
I have a question for staff, if I may. The TIF amount of 17.7%, is that typical for TIF requests on projects like this? Or
We've had a lot of requests in recent years. They've kind of been all over the board, but I would say that this is pretty typical for what we've been seeing lately. So I should also mention city attorney reviewed the plan for legal content. Finance director reviewed it as far as proposed interest rate, and both found those acceptable of the contents of the plan.
Thank you.
Question for the applicant.
If you would step up to the microphone, please.
As we look at the parking situation, are you sharing, will this building be sharing parking with the new development that you guys did behind that, or is there a separate parking lot for this building?
Yeah, this has got its own parking lot, and we're going to have 19 stalls in our parking lot. We're going to add 5 parallel spots in the back, and then we're going to have 2 more, and then we have off-street parking also.
Yeah.
So yeah, the townhouses have the off-street parking around that portion of the property, and then they have 1-car garages, and then they also have a stall in front of the garages. So,
Thank you.
yep.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners, your wishes? Any additional questions or comments? Hearing no questions or comments, do I have a motion?
Yes, I move that we approve the redevelopment plan for Lot 2 of Bellevue Replat 3 as submitted by the applicant Franklin Flats LLC.
Thank you.
And Ms. Taylor-Jones, would that be, what would that be based upon? Would it be the conformance of the comprehensive plan, elimination of the blighted and substandard area, and conformance of the requirements of the state statutes?
As stated.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
All voted yes, motion carried.
Great, thank you. This will go to the City Council on May 21st of this year. That concludes our public hearings. Our next item on the agenda is our current business. We're through with public business. If